الزوارق السريعة تعبر أيضا عن مواساة لأسرة محمد علي الجاي وسوف تمر على طبعا بحيرة مدينة.
It's the third round of the UIM Xcat World Series. That we just heard from there was Dr. Raffaele Chiuli, the president of the UIM, paying tribute to Muhammad Ali, who died last night, aged 74. And now you can see the boats are making their way out onto the course. They're doing a lap of honour, a parade lap in memory of Muhammad Ali. And then we will get on with the business of the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run. This is the third round of this UIM Xcat World Series, and that boat on the left-hand side of shot there, boat number 3, Victory Team, is the one leading this championship after 2 Grand Prix. The first race taking place in Fujairah on the 8th of April, then just a week or so later in Dubai, the 16th of April, for the second round of the series. And it was a very entertaining, both of them very entertaining races, but the 3 Victory boat has been the one that has taken the victory in both of them rather aptly. But they didn't take pole position in the qualifying session this morning. We'll keep you up to date on that as the day progresses, but qualifying has nothing to do with the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run that we're about to see. It's just a set of flat-out races in a knockout elimination format. But there you can see the spectacular scenery here of Lugano. Those are the sort of pre-Alps, so these hills around here. Further to the north you've got the Alps themselves, and the public flocking to the shores of this lake. The shores of this lake have actually been inhabited since the Stone Age, and this is a very entertaining race and afternoon of action that we're about to see get underway on Lake Lugano. 71,500 people, the population of this Swiss town, albeit just 20 minutes or so from the Italian border. It's actually part of the Italian-speaking area of Switzerland. In fact, 37% of this lake itself, to the east and to the west of Lugano, is in Italy. So it's a very interesting and diverse venue from that point of view. You can see the boats all lining up alongside the Pacecat. They'll make their way out towards the milling area, and then we will start these series of Speedcat run races. You can see boat number 9 nearest towards us as we now look at some of the fans that are sitting on the sides, on the pontoons, and getting a fantastic view of these Xcat machines. The first time that they've come to Europe with these new 4-stroke Mercury engines. A couple of the boats still have the 2-stroke engines on them, so it's going to be a lot more challenging for them, but the majority have got the new 4-stroke Mercury ROS engines that produce 400 horsepower. They have a digital trim as well, so no old-fashioned sort of throttle cables. It's all digital these days, revving up to 7,000 RPM. That's an example of the old 2.5-litre Mercury 2-stroke engines on the back of the spotty 6-boat of Niccolini. Matteo Niccolini this weekend partnered by Alfredo Nuzzo, who is new to the Xcat World Series, so Niccolini don't expect them to be that competitive because they've got the old engines and they've got a new pilot to try and bed in. But what a spectacular part of the world this is. The Xcats have raced on Lake Maggiore a couple of years ago, rounds in Arona and Stresa, but this is the first lake event for the Xcats in 2 years, since June 2014, where we were back in Stresa. You can see the wonderful rolling countryside of this area of Switzerland and northern Italy. There's the lid open on the boat. Tommaso Poli, the usual pilot. You can see his name on the side there. He's not here this weekend. And as I say, it will be Alfredo Nuzzo, the Italian, who will be partnering Matteo Niccolini. Pretty much a home race for them, about an hour's drive to the base of Niccolini offshore, as they just float around, getting ready to head to the start of this Dubai duty-free Speedcat run. There you can see the pits, the race control tower, that orange building down at the bottom of that little spit where the river comes in. And then the wet pits are those 2 empty jetties there on the left-hand side, all around the Museo Cantonale di Storia Naturale, there on the left-hand side. And then we come down the shores of Lugano. And there you can see the boats getting ready to take to the water. The Pacecat leading the way. This Dubai duty-free Speedcat run set to take place in about 8 minutes' time. We're due to get the start at 3:30 local time here in Lugano. same time that the race will be starting tomorrow. So make sure you join us for the Swiss Grand Prix. The way that these boats are going to line up then in this first round of races is going to be Speedcat against T-Bone Station. That's going to be a very interesting battle because the Speedcat team got to the quarterfinals of the Speedcat run last time out in Dubai, and T-Bone Station, meanwhile, finished third in both of the Dubai duty-free Speedcat runs so far this season, and they're hoping on the flatter water they're going to be able to get their props in the water more, which will give them a bit of a more even advantage compared to last time in Dubai and Fujairah, where the racing has been out to sea a little bit more. So there's Rahib, boat 17, Abdulatif Al Omani and Mohammed Al Matlai at the wheel and the throttle of that 17 boat, the Q80s, making their way around. And fantastic to see the amount of fans that have flocked to the shores of Lake Lugano to watch the action unfolding here. One new entry this weekend, that is boat number 9, a Russian team, the New Star team. They're in the old 7 Dubai boat, and which Israel Ali and Salam Al-Adidi were used to pilot, but now they've moved to a new boat in number 33, and that means that the 9 boat is now the New Star Russian team. Sean Torrente, a very experienced racer. That boat is still being run by the Victory team, and alongside him is Mikhail Kitashev. Those two have raced together before, never in the same boat, but they have shared a boat when they were doing a 24-hour race just a couple of weeks ago. And there's the 8 boat of Team Australia, Paul Verk-Nielsen and Brett Lerman, who had a spectacular flip at the opening race of the season in Fujairah. But they have got the boat fixed and they're here this weekend, which is naturally fantastic to see. As you see them all milling around over on the far right-hand side. The Dubai TV crew just having some interviews before the action gets underway. So that is the new entry then that I was talking about. Boat number 9, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev, the American and the Russian. And Sean telling me earlier on he loves that in powerboats the American can race with the Russian in a team that's run by Emiratis. The diversity that you get within this powerboat racing family is phenomenal. And look at that, what a shot that is. The crowd's flocking to the side of this lake in between Maggiore and Como. 270 meters above sea level here, so not super high, but a little higher nevertheless. And that will mean the engines don't work quite as efficiently. Like I say, it's only 270 meters, so it's not going to make a massive difference. And it's a little bit more difficult to get these boats up on the plane in these fresh waters. In the salt water, you've got a lot more buoyancy to get the boats up and on the plane. So we might see the boats riding a little bit deeper into the water this afternoon. But some pilots saying yes, it makes a big difference. Some pilots saying it doesn't really make any difference at all. There are the championship leaders then, Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi in boat number 3. So I didn't get very far, actually, did I? Giving you that rundown of the first round ties. So Speedcat versus T-Bone Station. Fujairah team are going to face off against Abu Dhabi. Team Australia will be up against Dubai. Carpisa Yamaye will be up against 6. Spirit of France up against Victory team. Lady Spain will face Gold Coast Australia. And New Star will face Rahib. And then there will be one other. And then one of those will luckily go through to the quarter-final draw, then through to the semis, and then to the finals. So the boats just looping their way around the course here. Just to give the fans something to look at, there is the Carpisa Yamamai team, boat number 22. Alfredo Amato and Diego Testa out in that one. Got to the quarter-finals in the Speedcat run in Fujairah, but then knocked out in the first round last time out in Dubai. So they are yet to get to a semi-final so far this season. There's the Speedcat team. They were a little bit disappointed with their pole position session earlier on. They were second quickest in practice yesterday and really thought they could take the battle for pole, but they missed out on getting through to Q3, the final part of qualifying, and as a result they will start the race in 5th place, and that Grand Prix will come up tomorrow. This, the Dubai Duty Free Speedcat Run, essentially a series of drag races. As the boats now make their way past the pits once again, then they'll loop around to the right, and then they will start this Speedcat Run. So thank you very much for joining us. As I say, this time tomorrow, join us because we will be on air and the boats will be heading out to start the 3rd round of this UIM Xcat World Series. After this, we go to South Korea on the river in downtown Seoul on the 25th of September. That's going to be one to keep an eye out for, definitely. Then another race in Asia on the 9th of October before returning to the United Arab Emirates with an event in Abu Dhabi on the 18th of November and the season finishing in Dubai on the 3rd of December. So that is the calendar. You can keep up to date on xcatracing.com. Follow the Twitter at Xcat Racing, also on Facebook and Instagram and all such social media elements. As you can see, the boats now milling around, waiting to be called forward. And first of all, it will be Speedcat and T-Bone Station that will be brought to the front. Mikael Bengtsson and Eric Stark almost won the Speedcat Run in their very first Xcat event. Second Xcat event, wasn't it? Sorry, in Cascais last year. But they weren't quite able to pull it off, losing out to the 3-boat of Victory Team. Conditions warming up a little bit here in Lugano. It's been a miserable couple of days, but fortunately it's starting to get a little bit more pleasant now. So now the Pacecat is starting to pull away and bringing with it Speedcat and T-Bone Station. So we're not too far away now from the start of this Dubai Duty Free Speedcat Run. There you can see them. And the race is underway then. So off goes T-Bone Station. It's a very good start from T-Bone Station then. They've got the best getaway comfortably, and it looks as though they're going to comfortably take the victory. Through they go. And it's T-Bone Station then who are the first to progress. They beat Speedcat in that first round. In fact, actually, well, we'll keep an eye out on that one. It was actually a bit tighter, wasn't it? Because they go through that past the finish buoy, but that's actually not the finish point. So that's one to keep an eye out on. Ignore that checkered buoy because I don't think that's the end of the course. So my apologies for that. But I still think it was T-Bone Station that won, and it was. Speedcat there, losing out in the first round, as they did in Fujairah at the opening race of the season. But their focus will now turn to the Swiss Grand Prix coming up tomorrow. So we'll now progress to the second round, which is going to be Fujairah team against Abu Dhabi. So that's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye out for. And here they come now, coming towards the start. You can see them on the right-hand side there. Fujairah team on the right-hand side as we look at it. That is Serafino Barlesi and Alessandro Baroni. On the left-hand side is the Abu Dhabi team. Wait for the green flag from that Pacecat in the middle. The Abu Dhabi team, Rashid Altair and Faleh Al-Mansouri, took pole in the opening race of the season in Fujairah, but didn't finish the race. And there's the green flag, and it's a really good start from Abu Dhabi team. Much quicker than Fujairah. And Rashid Altair and Faleh Al-Mansouri, who got to the quarterfinals of the Speedcat run in Fujairah, look like they're going to be going through to the quarterfinals again. Still, the quarterfinal is the highest they've managed to get to. Then this is the finish line here with these white and yellow boys. Across the line they come. And through they go. So Abu Dhabi team will go through to face T-Bone Station in the quarterfinals. That's going to be a tough ask for boat number 5, but no doubt Rashid Dautar and Falak Al-Mansuri will do their best. And this does now count for championship points as well, the Speedcat run. For the first time this year, you get 8 points for winning it, compared to 35 for winning a Grand Prix. So not a huge amount of points in the grand scheme of things, but every little helps. So there's the Fujairah team out. Serafina Barlesi and Alessandra Baroni, who did manage to get through the first round in Dubai last time, but not so much this time. And it's boat number 5 that goes through. Now, next up, Team Australia against Dubai 33. So Paul Verick Nilsson and Brett Lerman are going to be in that blue boat on the right-hand side as we look at it. And then poking out to the left in a couple of moments' time is going to be Dubai 33, Salem Al-Adidi and Issa Al-Ali. First time either of them have even been to Switzerland. And they are out in that Dubai 33 boat. They finished second in the Speedcat run last time out in Dubai, did the 33. Let's see whether they can repeat that today, but they've got to go up against Team Australia, who finished 8th in Dubai. There's the green flag. This is going to be a close race as they pull away. Looks as though it's Dubai that have got a better start, but look how much bigger the rooster tail is from the back of the Dubai boat. Nevertheless, they have still managed to get a good getaway and are heading towards the line now, past the halfway mark. It looks as though Issa Al-Ali and Salem Al-Adidi are going to be the men that will go through to the quarterfinal. Across the line comes the Dubai boat. And they progress through then, beating Team Australia. Paul Verick Nilsson and Brett Lerman are knocked out in the first round. So Issa Al-Ali and Salem Al-Adidi, the uncle and nephew combination, progressing through. What a stunning place this is to race. Absolutely awesome, isn't it? So, of course, some of these boats, one of these boats may get to go through in that fourth quarterfinal, because there's 14 boats instead of 16, which you'd normally need for an elimination qualifying like this, or sorry, elimination format like this. One of these boats will get the chance to run again and get a pass through into the quarterfinal. But there's the 33 boat of Dubai. Now they will either face Carpisa Yamamai or 6. It'll be a battle of the Italians dueling it out to face Dubai 33 in the quarterfinals. Just waiting for them to get into position. There is the Pace Cat waiting for the boats. And there is the 22 boat there on the right hand side, just floating around. And now Alfredo Amato and Diego Testa start to move into position. Quarterfinals in Fujairah, but knocked out in the first round in Dubai a couple of months ago. Who will be progressing on Lake Lugano this afternoon. As I say, championship points up for grabs, and not just for winning it. There's 6 points for a second place finish, 4 points for a third place finish, and then 3 points for a fourth place finish. And then subsequently 2 points for reaching the quarterfinal and 1 point for making it to round 1. So the sixth boat on the left-hand side, Matteo Nicolini and Alfredo Nuzzo. They finished second in the Speedcat run in Fujairah and made it to the quarterfinals in Dubai. So the sixth boat does have a bit of pace in it, even though they are using the older two-stroke engines as opposed to the four-stroke engines. You can see the difference as you look at them there. So now wait for the green flag. Karpisa Yamayai against boat number 6. There's the green flag. 6 not really going anywhere by the looks of things, really digging those props into the water, but they have got away well. Looked as though they were getting nowhere, but it's... So Victory Team loop their way back around. So for those of you joining us on our live streaming on the Xcat Racing YouTube page, welcome back. Many apologies for our little delay in coverage there, but we had a monumental power failure, to put it lightly. But as a result, we're back up on track now, and you've just missed boat number 3, Victory Team, cruising through to the quarterfinals by beating the 96 boat of Spirit of France. Francois Pinelli up against Daniele Martignoni. On a beautiful day here in Lugano in Switzerland. The first Xcat race in Switzerland. So next up, we've got that 46 boat, and that is going to be piloted by Jay Price, and he is alongside, yes, Jay Price and Joachim Kumlin, the two men at the wheel of 46. So there is the chopper watching on. As the 96 boat makes its way around. And there is the Pace Cat waiting for the next two to duel it out. And there is the 46 boat then, about to line up alongside boat number 11, which is Gold Coast, Australia, the boat that took the pole position. And there you can see what a beautiful day it is. Oh, and hello to Tommaso Polli. A very good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? Great to have you with us, even if you can't be here racing this weekend. Yes, we did miss the race between 6 and 22. I'm not sure, Tommaso, what happened to them. But we will try and find out, because like I say, we lost all power here in the commentary box and in the TV compound. So someone will run up and find out for you, and we'll find out in a couple of moments' time. But grazie for joining us, Tommaso. Very nice to have you here. As we get ready then for the next duel. Still waiting for it to kick off. The 46 boat of Lady Spain due to be up against Gold Coast, Australia. As they loop around the far part of the course now. Getting ready to line up. Here we go then. So we've got both of the boats there then. Both of the boats are getting into position. Gold Coast Australia, the one that won pole position earlier on today. Tom Barry-Cotter and Ross Willerton, the two Australians, going up against Jay Price from the USA and Joachim Kumlin, the Swedish pilot, in Lady Spain. So on the left-hand side, as you look at it, is the 11 boat of Gold Coast. On the right-hand side is the 46 boat of Lady Spain, and this is to face the enviable task of trying to beat Victory Team in the quarterfinal. So watch for that green flag. Gold Coast Australia on the left-hand side. Lady Spain on the right-hand side. Wait for it. The throttle men nervously twitching, ready to push down and get this race going. There's the green flag. Both boats floor the throttle. It looks as though maybe Lady Spain has got away a little better. Jay Price on the throttle in that boat. And it looks as though they've got the advantage. As they come past the camera here, it is Lady Spain who have got maybe a boat's length's advantage, but it's a long way down to the end of the course. There is the 46 boat, Jay Price and Joachim Kumlin. And they're pulling away now from Gold Coast, Australia. Through the finish line, and it is Lady Spain who progressed through. They will face Victory Team, boat number 3, Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi, in the next round. Look at that. What a view, what a place. What a venue to go racing. You can just there through the clouds and the gap in the hills, the snow-capped mountains where the Alps begin. And then back around to Lake Lugano. So the final first round tie is going to be the New Star team against Rahib. As we continue to see these beautiful shots of the Swiss countryside and the many fans that have turned up here to have a watch. As we get ready then for this final first round tie. There is Lugano. A small city, the 9th biggest in Switzerland. And here comes the final first round draw. It's going to be New Star, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev up against Rahib, the Kuwaiti pairing of Abdulatif Al-Omani and Mohamed Al-Matlai. There they are, lined up alongside each other. Rahib closest to us. Lady Spain furthest away. Wait for that green flag. There it is. Good start from New Star. They've already got a boat length or so over Rahib, and it looks as though, unless something goes wrong, they're going to be going through to the quarterfinals. So here they hurtle on this 1 kilometer drag through the gates. And it is going to be New Star that surely will come across the line here. There they go. And they progress through in a fairly comfortable victory. Rahib yet to get out of the first round in the Dubai Duty Free Speedcat run this year. I think they managed it last year. But it's New Star, the new team on the block, the Russians, who have managed to progress through to the quarterfinals. So now that moves us on to our quarterfinals. In theory, the first race should be between T-Bone Station and Abu Dhabi team. In a couple of moments' time. The Monte Carlo of Switzerland, they call Lugano, thanks to its very pleasant weather. And the weather really is picking up. It's getting quite warm here. It's been rainy and overcast these last 2 or 3 days. But we've got nice dry conditions for this Speedcat run. It looks as though 6 are out of it, because the Niccolini boat is making its way back down towards the dry pits. So the 6th boat, I'm afraid, Tommaso, is out of the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run, losing out to Carpisa Yamamai. So here we go then, the first quarter-final, about to get underway. Boat number 10, T-Bone Station, who have finished 3rd in both of the Dubai duty-free Speedcat runs so far this season. Giovanni Carpitella and Roberto Lopiano. They are up against the 5 Abu Dhabi team boat, Rashid Altar and Faleh Al Mansouri. Wait for that green flag. T-Bone Station on the left, Abu Dhabi on the right. There's the green flag. Who's going to have the best reactions? It's a pretty close one, actually. If anything, you'd have to say Abu Dhabi team edging it. Rashid Altar and Faleh Al Mansouri knocked out in the quarterfinals in the first round in Dubai. Are they going to get through to the semis for the first time this season? Not if T-Bone Station have anything to do with it. Giovanni Carpitella and Roberto Lopiano in that 10 boat, pushing hard. But it looks as though Abu Dhabi team have got it. Across the line they come. Yes, Abu Dhabi team go through. For the first time this season, Abu Dhabi team are into the semi-finals. Rashid Altar and Faleh Al Mansouri, who took the first pole position of the year back in Fujairah, but didn't finish in that first race and then finished 2nd in Dubai. They're looking for a stronger weekend, and that's a great way to start it, by progressing through to the semi-finals. T-Bone Station out in the quarters. So great work from boat 5 Abu Dhabi team. A swan. Enjoying the Xcat racing experience. There is the 10 boat of T-Bone Station making its way back down towards the start. And next up, we've got our second quarter-final. It's going to be boat number 8, which is Team Australia, up against Carpisa Yamamai. The Australian boat against the Italian boat in the neutral waters of Switzerland. They are just lining up behind the pace boat now. The pace cat, I should say. So, it's going to be on the left-hand side as we look at it, Team Australia. On the right-hand side as we look at it there, more towards the centre of the lake, Carpisa Yamamai. Wait for the green flag. Both of them feeling a little bit eager, wanting to be first on that throttle, and they're going to overtake. There's the green flag. And that might not work out for Carpisa Yamamai, because they were just easing off as that green flag went up, but they've still got a good start. The 22 boat, Alfredo Amato and Diego Testa. Very, very close to one another, these two. Team Australia closest towards us, with Paul Verrick Nielsen and Brett Lerman. As they head towards the finish line now, it's very, very close, almost impossible to call. Who is it that's going to get through the gate first? Across the line? Well, I think Team Australia, it looked to me, but as you could tell, not the most convincing of angles to see the finish there. So Team Australia looked to me to have taken that victory, but as I say, couldn't really tell at the end. We'll see which one makes their way back to the start and which one goes back to the pits. Meanwhile, it looks as though it's the... well, we'll have to wait and see, because Dubai and Gold Coast are still out there and haven't returned yet to the wet pits. So we'll keep an eye out as to who is going to be facing New Star in that final quarter-final. But looks as though Boat 8, Team Australia, are through to the semi-finals. And they finished 4th last time in Dubai, so they're at least going to match their best result of the season in the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run. Next up, Victory Team against Lady Spain. There is the Victory Team boat. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi, multiple Xcat champions. Took them a long time to win it since the formation of the Xcat World Series. They didn't actually take the victory until 2012. But since they started that winning feeling, they can't seem to let go of it at the moment. And Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi in boat 3 for Victory Team are going to be in that blue boat, furthest away from this camera shot. In the other boat, the white machine, Lady Spain, Jay Price and Joachim Kumlin. Waiting for that green flag. There is the green flag. Good start for Victory Team. Look at them pulling away from Lady Spain. That's why Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi are unbeaten so far this season in the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run, because they rocket clear when the light goes green. And Victory Team are going to make their way through to the semi-final. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi across the line. A comfortable victory for them. Jay Price and Joachim Kumlin, who will start second for tomorrow's Swiss Grand Prix, still have a lot to look for. A lot to look forward to. But now all they've got to look forward to is maybe a pizza tonight. As, who was it? It was in the Australia boat, Gold Coast, Australia. It was Ross Willerton. I said to him, you know, what's the aim this weekend? He said, mate, we're not just here to eat the pies up the road. We're here to win. But I'm afraid it's the pies up the road that is all that's left for Lady Spain at the moment. Victory Team, boat number 3, progressing through to the semi-final. Great to see such a big spectator contingent here in Lugano, you have to say. Absolutely fantastic. First weekend of June. Always a popular one for this little Swiss town. About an hour's drive from Milan Malpensa Airport. So very easy to get to if you want a little getaway in the Swiss mountains. I sound like I'm working for the tourist board here, but I'm not. So next up, we're going to have New Star, the new team this weekend, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev against someone else. Just waiting for confirmation for who that someone else will be. It's not going to be 46 because they've just gone through or just faced each other. So keep an eye out for it. It's basically one of the lucky losers. And I think that's them on the right-hand side, isn't it? So is that Saracen Australia? Sorry, Gold Coast, I mean. Yes, it is Gold Coast. So it's New Star closest towards us in boat number 9. And it's Gold Coast, Australia, Tom Barry Cotter and Ross Willerton, the boat that will start on pole position for tomorrow's Grand Prix, waiting for the green flag. And this is good practice for them because this is exactly how they're going to need to react at the start of the Grand Prix tomorrow. There's the green flag. Away go Gold Coast, but it looks as though New Star might have got a better start. Can they make it through to the semi-finals in their very first Xcat event? It looks like they may be able to here. Really impressive stuff from New Star. Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev look as though they're going to go through, and they have. So on their first Xcat appearance, they're through to the semi-finals of the Dubai Duty-Free Speedcat run. Great stuff. And that'll cause a bit of concern, I think, for Gold Coast Australia. They surprised many, really, by taking that pole position. But they're really going to have to... They've had good pace earlier in the year on the rougher seas, but on the flats, maybe weren't expecting them to go quite as well as they have done. But that's going to give them a bit of concern, I think, for the start of the Grand Prix tomorrow, because the starts can be so crucial, especially on the flat waters. And there is the Gold Coast boat making its way back. So we now have our 4 semi-finalists. Boat 5 Abu Dhabi team, Rashid Al-Tar and Falak Al-Mansouri, will face Boat 8 Team Australia, Paul-Erik Nielsen and Brett Lerman. And then Boat 3 Victory team, Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi, will face boat number 9, New Star, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev. So, the Pace Cat making its way around. To pick up the semi-finalists, which is going to be Abu Dhabi team and Team Australia. The Swans still enjoying the action. Now, this for a place in the Dubai Duty-Free Speedcat Run Final. Abu Dhabi team are furthest away from us in that number 5 boat, the white, green and red number. And boat number 8 nearest towards us, Team Australia, Paul-Erik Nielsen and Brett Lerman. Wait for the green flag. There it is. Good start by the looks of things from Team Australia. They've maybe just about got their nose in front as they come to the halfway mark. Really good start from Paul-Erik Nielsen and Brett Lerman. They haven't got through to a Speedcat Run final so far this season, but are they about to do it? Heading down towards the finish line now. Is it going to be Team Australia or Abu Dhabi team to get through? Oh, it's tight. Too tight for me to tell, to be honest with you. And as I look out the window in front of me, the Team Australia pit crew are looking around, looking at the phones, looking at the results. Are we through? And I can't tell you just yet. So as soon as I do know, I'll let you know. But we'll see which one goes back to the pits. So boat number 5, Abu Dhabi team. And boat number 8, Australia, with a very close call. That's where the decisions are made, up the top there. So, as I say, I'll try and let you know as soon as possible. My apologies, but you just couldn't tell from that camera angle. And ever since we lost power, I've got no timing information either. So, at a bit of a loss, I'm afraid, right now. Or are we going to run it? So this is boat. Okay, so I think we're having now a rerun of a quarter-final. Because we've got boat 9 against boat 11 again. So I think we're getting a rerun of a quarter-final. There's the green flag. So this is New Star up against Gold Coast, Australia. And again, New Star have got the best getaway and are starting to beat Gold Coast, Australia. They can do a rerun if we get a jump start or something along those lines. So that'll be the reason that we're having a second run at this. But it's going to be the same outcome. New Star, boat number 9. Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev going through to the semi-finals. And Gold Coast, Australia will this time be out. So the 9 boat of Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev going through. So what a stunning setting for the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run here in Lugano. This time tomorrow, the Grand Prix will be in its latter stages, really. So make sure you join us on Dubai TV or on the Xcat Racing YouTube channel. So next up, we should have Victory Team. So now we're having Victory Team. So who are Victory Team going to be up against? Because in theory they should be playing facing New Star, but New Star have just finished their run. Oh no, it is New Star, so they've got them turned around very, very quickly then. So now, this is the battle to get through to the final. Abu Dhabi team or Australia are through to the final already. I can't tell you which one, frustratingly, I'm really sorry. But one of these boats now will be going through to the final. There's the green flag. And look at that start from Victory Team in boat number 3. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi on the right-hand side as we look at it. Really strong getaway. But it's pretty close as they come past us here. In fact, New Star are starting to push back. Heading down towards the line. Who is it that is going to take victory and get through to the final? It is going to be the 3-boat of Victory team, by the looks of it. Once again, from a rearward helicopter shot, it's quite tricky to tell, but it looked to me as though it was Victory team that took the win. And they will go through to the final then. So a great performance from the 3-boat of Victory team. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendy looking to make it 3 Dubai duty-free Speedcat run victories in a row. And the 9-boat going through to the 3rd place playoff. So there is the 9-boat. And it looks as though then... Right, so from the way the boats are moving, I can tell you that it is Abu Dhabi team that won that first semi-final. A very, very close one. But Abu Dhabi team it was that took the victory. And that means this 3rd place race is going to be between between Team Saracen Australia and New Star. So this is going to be the race for 3rd place and the final step on the podium. New Star, what a start it would be to their Xcat career if they could take a podium at the very first opportunity. And they are going up against boat number 8, Team Australia, who finished 4th in Dubai last time out in the Speedcat run. So they will be hoping they can go one better here. Wait for the green flag then. New Star on the right-hand side as we look at it. Team Australia on the left-hand side. Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev on the right. Palverik Nielsen and Brett Lerman on the left. This is going to be a tight one. Wait for the green. The 3rd place race is go! You hear the revs rise as the pilots floor the throttle. Good getaway from Australia, but look at New Star coming into it. Wow, what speed! Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev are going to win this one easily. The 2nd phase of their start was absolutely phenomenal, and Team Australia, I think, have pulled up because they know they cannot stop New Star. 3rd place in the first Dubai duty-free Speedcat run for New Star. Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev will be on the podium later on. So there is the third place boat. New stars, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev. So now it's time for the final. Abu Dhabi team haven't got beyond the quarter-final of the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run so far this season. They are lying down in 6th place in the championship. So now we're starting to line up for the final. On the right-hand side, as we look at it, is the Victory Team boat. Furthest away from us, closest to us, Boat 5, Abu Dhabi team. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi against Rashid Al-Tahir and Falek Al-Mansuri, just like it was in the championship last year. There's the green flag. There's the getaway from Victory Team. Really good start from boat number 3, but boat 5 have matched their pace in the early stages. And are they starting to now creep back a little bit closer to them? As they come past us, it's going to be tight. They're still holding in there. But it looks as though it's going to be Victory Team. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi won the Speedcat run in Fujairah, won it in Dubai, and win it in Lugano. Victory for Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi. They take 8 points in their championship challenge as well. As boat number 3, for the 3rd time in 3 attempts this season, wins the Dubai duty-free Speedcat run. And it was all about that reaction at the start, wasn't it? The pace they had looked pretty similar. But just that initial getaway, when Arif floors the throttle, that's what gives them the advantage. And that's what's given them the victory. So Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi are victorious once again. Can they repeat that tomorrow in the Grand Prix? It's going to be tricky for them. They're not necessarily the strongest on the flat waters. And they only managed to qualify in 4th place earlier on today after making a mistake on their pole position run. But Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi victorious nevertheless. As the top 3 will now make their way down towards the podium. Where they will receive their trophies and... well, no, I think it is just those 3 that are making their way down. I don't think we're going to have the pole position trophies handed out at this point as well. So the podium a little more southerly here in Lugano. Not quite as south as Italy, but not far off. although this lake doesn't extend south enough to go into Italy, but both the east and the west elements of the lake are Italian waters. Although crucially, they don't apply within EU VAT rules. There you go, learn something new every day. As Arif and Nadir climb out of their cockpit. That is Nadir. As they get the boats into position. Make sure you join us tomorrow for the Swiss Grand Prix, the third round of the UIM Xcat World Series. The action gets underway at 3:30 local time. So the victors, Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi in the 3 victory boat. Second place for number 5, Abu Dhabi team, Rashid Al-Tahir and Faleh Al-Mansouri. And third going the way of New Star, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev. So I believe we will be seeing the podium presentation here on the YouTube channel, and we will leave you with that. Make sure you join us tomorrow, 3:30. The race gets underway local time. The third round of the UIM Xcat World Series. Can boat number 3, Victory Team, continue their form? It's going to be tough for them. They're starting in 4th place for tomorrow's race.
parte si sente solo l'elicottero, però... Sì, si sente amplificato.
Test. Gentile pubblico, gentili ospiti, è un gran piacere vedervi qui così numerosi in questa bellissima occasione e vorremmo ringraziare tutti voi per essere qui presenti. Prima di procedere a questo momento importante che è la premiazione delle squadre che hanno partecipato alle gare di oggi, vorremmo fare un breve saluto e un ringraziamento a WPPA, che è il promoter del campionato mondiale del UAE Xcat, anche alla Federazione Internazionale di Motonautica, che è UIM, alla città di Lugano, all'ente turistico del Luganese, all'organizzatore dell'evento Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy e ovviamente a tutti i partner e gli sponsor che hanno reso possibile questo grande evento. Now I will switch to English briefly. I would like to thank all the guests and all the visitors here today in Lugano for attending this important international event. Before proceeding with the awards of the teams, we would like to give a thank to some of the organizations that made this possible, from WPPA, who promoted the championship internationally, the UIM Xcat, the International Federation of Motonetic Sports, the City of Lugano, the Tourism Board of Lugano, as well as the organizer Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy Association. Now, as well as the partners and the sponsors, I would like to switch and give the word to Emanuele Ferraris Di Celle, who is from the press office of the Championship of Xcat.
Grazie mille Daniela Bagaglion, direttore marketing dell'ente Lugano Turismo, che è uno di quelli che appunto abbiamo ringraziato perché hanno partecipato e hanno reso possibile questo evento. Mi scuserete se sono un pochino accaldato, ma è proprio la concitazione di un evento così bello. Io vengo direttamente dal commento della gara, forse avete sentito anche la mia voce insieme al collega Gianluca Trentin. Sono arrivato qua di corsa e siamo comunque qua. È bellissimo vedervi, guardavo tantissime facce proprio contente, soddisfatte, ho visto che lo spettacolo vi è piaciuto, naturalmente non è finito, abbiamo questa cerimonia del podio, poi domani avremo la gara ma ve lo ricorderemo successivamente. Siamo qua per premiare le due competizioni che ci sono state oggi, ovvero la pole position e la gara dello Speedcat Run che abbiamo visto da poco. Non ripeto tutte le associazioni, gli enti coinvolti, però mi unisco naturalmente ai ringraziamenti, non tanto da parte mia quanto da parte della WPPA, dell'Xcat, che è stata ospitata in questa splendida località e i risultati si stanno vedendo. Ora per partire io direi che dovremmo chiamare le autorità sul palco. Se volete vi traduco brevissimamente in inglese quel poco che ho detto. It's beautiful to see all of you, so many people. It's fantastic to watch your faces. You really look happy, you really look satisfied with this show. The show is not over, the show will go on, not only with this prize award ceremony, but also with the race tomorrow. And now it's time for the prize giving. We will have the awards for the pole position of this morning and for the Speedcat Run race that you just seen in the lake some minutes ago. And so we proceed and we call the authorities. We will come on stage and we'll give the awards to the winners.
Vorrei pregare e invitare il direttore di Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy, Bruno Huber, sul palco. Mr. Bruno Huber, who is the director of Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy. Mario Tamborini, presidente Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy. Mr. Tamborini, who's the president of Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy.
And I would like to call on stage Mr. Issa Bin Karbash, who is Vice President of the WPPA, the World Professional Powerboating Association. Thank you, Mr. Issa. And I would like as well to call on stage Mr. Ali Binindi, who is Acting CEO, quindi amministratore delegato in carica of the World Powerboating Professional Association. Thank you, Mr. Binindi.
And I would like to call Mr. Marco Boradori, Mayor of the City of Lugano. Chiamo anche il sindaco Marco Boradori. Grazie. E anche il municipale Badaracco, pregherei di salire sul palco del Dicastero Eventi, Cultura e Sport.
E poi naturalmente il presidente della UIM, la Federazione Mondiale della Motonautica, Raffaele Chiulli. Chiamato per ultimo perché naturalmente l'egida di tutto questo è quella della Federazione Mondiale della Motonautica.
E adesso possiamo procedere con la manifestazione.
Sì, chiamiamo i piloti, se mi prendi perfetto. Allora passiamo a premiare la pole position di questa mattina. In terza posizione abbiamo il team Abu Dhabi numero 5, Falek Al-Mansour, Rashid Al-Tayer e Falek Al-Mansuri. Scusate, spesso...
We're calling now Team Abu Dhabi, who has received position 3 in pole position.
Bravissimi con la bandiera degli Emirati, naturalmente da Abu Dhabi. In seconda posizione per il team Lady Spain abbiamo Jay Price.
So this is the presentation for the pole position session earlier on today. There's Jay Price and Joachim Kumlin for Lady Spain, who qualified second earlier on. Abu Dhabi team in third place there.
Team Lady Spain on stage.
E in prima posizione per la pole position il team Gold Coast Australia.
And now Gold Coast Australia.
Le loro orgogliosissime bandiere australiane, ovvero
Tom Barry-Cotter and Ross Willerton.
And on first position, Team Gold Coast Australia.
As they wait to shake hands, but they're sorting out the flags. And it's the top step of the podium in Switzerland for the Australians.
Complimenti, facciamo ancora questo applauso a tutti i vincitori della pole position di questa mattina. Consegniamo il premio al terzo. Grazie mille. Ora passiamo appunto a consegnare i premi. Per la terza posizione al team Abu Dhabi numero 5, premio a Mario Tamborini in qualità di presidente della Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy Association.
Oh, look at those trophies.
To the third team.
Fantastic.
Mr. Tamborini, president of Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy, to give the awards.
That's really great, isn't it? Rashid Al-Tayer and Falek Al-Mansuri receiving their third place bells.
For the second prize,
Raffaele Chiuli, the president of the
from the
UIM.
Federation of Motonautics, UIM, to give the award.
Handing out the bells to Jay Price and Joachim Kumlin.
Prima posizione a premiare Tom Barry-Cotter e Ross Willerton di Gold Coast Australia abbiamo il sindaco di Lugano, niente meno che il sindaco Marco Borradori.
Marco Borradori now handing out
It's the mayor of the city of Lugano, Mr. Marco Borradori, to
the winning
give the award.
prizes for the pole position winners, Tom Barry-Cotter and Ross Willerton.
Bellissimo momento che sicuramente la città si ricorderà, fantastico. Tempo di fare appunto gli ultimi scatti for the last shots, and then I would like to thank once again all our drivers. If you want to raise the flags for a nice shot. Fantastic, thank you. Sì. Okay. Sì. Yeah, if you want to step down and face this direction, so we will have a photo of you with this fantastic public, con questo meraviglioso pubblico, tutti i piloti e dietro voi. Alzate anche le braccia, dai, così vi viene una bellissima foto. Fantastico.
So next up is going to be the podium for the Speedcat run, the Dubai Duty-Free Speedcat run that we just saw, as they throw their caps into the crowd.
Perfetto, grazie mille. Ora passiamo alla successiva premiazione, l'ultima ma comunque va fatta, importantissima per la gara che avete appena visto, quella dello Speedcat Run. In terza posizione il team New Star della Russia.
So now it's team New Star, Sean Torrente and Mikhail Kitashev, who climb onto the podium for their third place finish in the Dubai Duty Free Speedcat Run. A superb performance from them, the American flag and the Russian flag together on the third step here in Switzerland.
Now calling for the Xcat Speedcat Run prize, the third team, New Star, for the first time from Russia, to receive the award today.
Sean Torrente on the left, Mikhail there on the right. Rashid Al-Tahir and Faleh Al-Mansouri out onto the podium again. This time it's second place for them.
Team Abu Dhabi, who you just saw
For
the
Team Abu Dhabi.
award, is now again on second position to be awarded.
E poi per la prima posizione noi li abbiamo visti in questo podio, ma non è normale non vederli sul podio, sono i campioni del mondo in carica, sono i leader del mondiale, sono stati 14 volte campioni mondiali di offshore, Nadir Binindi, Arif Al-Zafein di Victory Team.
And then victory team, Nadir Bin Hendi and Arif Al-Zafein onto the top step of the podium once again. Their third win in as many Dubai Duty Free Speedcat runs.
To receive the award today.
So the top step of the podium for Arif Al-Zafein and Nadir Bin Hendi. The United Arab Emirates flags wave in first and second places here in Switzerland.
Per i nostri 6 piloti sul podio dello Speedcat Run. Bellissimo, ora passiamo a consegnare i premi. Vorrei per favore, come direttore della Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy Association, il nostro Bruno Huber, lo vediamo già con
And now the trophies will be awarded.
Mikhail Kitashev e Sean Torrente.
To give the third
Mikhail
prize,
Kitashev and Sean Torrente.
Robert, director of the Swiss Lugano Lake Trophy.
A consegnare il premio ai
Second place
Rashid Al-Tahir, Faleh
to Rashid Al-Tahir and Faleh Al-Mansouri.
della UIM, ancora una volta, dottor Chiulli, grazie mille.
Mr. Cooley is to give
Once
the
again,
prize to
Mr. Cooley, the president of the UIM, handing out the second place trophies. They got 2 bells now, haven't they? And they'll be hoping to collect a few more come the end of the day. That little kid's figured out how the big screen works.
And to give the first prize, the honor to Mr. Boradori, Mayor of the City of Lugano.
And now the mayor of the city of Lugano, Mr. Borodore, will hand out the trophies to Arif Al-Zafein and Nadir Bin Hendi on the top step of the podium after the Dubai Duty Free Speedcat Run here in Lugano. An excellent performance from those two pilots. They extend their lead at the top of the championship as the bells ring out around Lugano. Join us for the sounds of the racing tomorrow.